Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Temple Emeth and our Shabbat Evening Service. I welcome you to the Rabbi Louis J. Siegel Sanctuary in Teaneck, New Jersey. Cantor Tillam is on sabbatical, and tonight, Rabbi Serbiu has the evening off. My name is Talia Serbiu. I grew up at Temple Emeth, and this evening, I have a chance to share with you what I've learned from the Rabbi and Cantor at tonight's service. I am joined on the bima by Adam Cohen and Amanda Easton, and the three of us will be leading you in prayer and song this evening.
So the format of tonight's service is camp style. I love that so many people here wore white, and that's why we're wearing white. So what does that mean? That means that you can expect some different melodies than you might be used to, some alternative readings that we might not do all the time. We're going to be doing not one, not two, but 3 closing songs as like a little mini song session, which is what we usually do after Shabbat services at camp. But just like any other time, we're still using Mishkan Tefillah. So if you are joining us on live stream, I'd like to welcome you as well. We'll be using Mishkan Tefillah, and if you have a copy at home, this is a great time to go get it, bring it to the computer or your TV. If you are joining us on live stream, please post something in the chat or comment section. It can be something like your name, where you're from, Shabbat Shalom. If you went to camp, say hi, say what camp you went to, no matter how long ago, no matter how recent. In doing this, you're showing that you are all watching and that we can be a big community. Shabbat Shalom to everybody who is here. Your Mishkan Tefillah is right in front of your seat. And we are going to begin our service at this time with the lighting of the Shabbat candles. That is found on page 120 and preceded by an English reading. And for the honor of lighting the candles, we call upon Temple member Stacy Butler.
These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames purify and renew, soften and refine. They brighten and make warm. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue with the Kiddush for Shabbat evening, which is found on page 123 and preceded by an English reading. For the honor of Kiddush, we invite up Brandon Balf. Please rise if you are able for the Kiddush.
As evening falls, we give thanks for the blessings of the past week, for life and strength, for work and rest, for home, love, and community. As we enjoy this bounty, may we be inspired to bring goodness into the lives of others. We raise a cup of wine in gratitude for the miracle of creation and for the gift of this day of rest. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodso be'av u'ratzon chinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reisit ki hu yom techila Lemikra kodes, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'chata, Ve'otanu kidashta, Mikoli, V'shabbat kodsecha, Ve'ahava uvratzon, Hinchatanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim, thank you. You may be seated. Our opening song is one of my favorite camp songs, and I've done it a few times as I've been leading services, so you definitely will recognize this one. Please join us in singing Hine Ma Tov on the top of page 128. Our next song is found on page 142. At Eisner, it is a tradition to sing this at Shabbat dinner and clank our soup spoons. We don't have any soup spoons to clank during this time. I don't know what the tradition is at Harlem, but no matter what, we're not clanking any spoons. If you're at home and you have spoons that you want to clank together, go ahead. But please join us in Shalom Aleichem. Gada Shemei Rabba Be'alma Divrach Hirute Be'amlich Malchute B'chayechon Be'yomechon B'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Bagala Uvisman Kari Vimeru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam lo me'omaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnasei V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shemei Dekucha Berichu Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran Be'alma V'meru. Amen. Please rise if you are able for the Baruch. Please remain standing. We are going to turn the page, and we're going to sing a song called Roll Into Dark, but the Hebrew portion of this song is found right in the middle of Ma'ariv Aravim, starting with Borei Yom V'Layla. So please join with us. Night becomes day, day turns to
Please turn to page 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works, and this the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך ושרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את מידותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We turn to page 159. Please join with me. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Please join us in Mi Chamocha.
Adonai.
turn to page 163. A thought had blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. The Sabbath arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day.
Please join us at the top of page 162.
Please rise for tefillah. Adonai, Sevatai Titachu V'yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu B'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi'u Lifnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer, Moshia U'Mageh. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atarav Le'Hoshia, Mashiach HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim. Somech noflim verofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato,
Shene Afar, Micha Mocha Baal Geburot, Umido Melech, Melech Memit Umechayev, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemar Ata Hayot HaKol, Baruch Ata Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please turn to page 179. Don't stop after beating the swords into plowshares. Don't stop. Go on beating and make musical instruments out of them. Whoever wants to make war again will have to turn them into plowshares first. We now continue with a moment for silent reflection. Inspirational readings can be found on pages 180 and 181 in your prayer book. When we come back together in song, we will be in the middle of page 180. Oh, you can sit too.
We're gonna take a quick water break before we do that. So there's no Torah service tonight. I know that many of you are probably disappointed about that. So no Torah service. At camp, we don't usually, at least at Eisner, we don't do Torah on Friday nights. We do Torah in the morning, but we're still going to do Misha Berach, and then we'll hear some words of Torah, some drashing from a young person here at Temple Emeth. But always at camp, we sing Misha Berach. Misha Berach is found on page 371. If you are thinking of someone who is in need of healing and you are watching us on live stream, you may enter the name of your loved one in the chat or the comments section. If you are here in the sanctuary, I invite you to share the name of your loved one out loud or in your heart. The names of our temple members and their loved ones in need of healing will be shown on your screen at home and on the screen in the sanctuary. So please join me as we sing Misha Berach. All right, so our next part, while we don't have a Torah service, I mentioned that we're going to be hearing some words of Torah. There are many rabbis, cantors, Jewish educators who are on faculty at different URJ camps, but they don't do the Devar Torah at camp. It is a learning opportunity for our young campers, for our younger people, to research and develop an idea and share it with the rest of the camp. So this can be done when a unit leads a service. They make their own readings and put them throughout the service. They could do a play about the parsha. They dance to a song. Tonight we're not dancing and we're not doing a play for you. But to keep with this theme, I would like to invite Isaac Pierce, who was confirmed in 2020 and is an active member of Emeth Teen Community, or ETC, to offer tonight's Devar Torah.
On September 9th, 1965, baseball history was made when Sandy Koufax of the Brooklyn Dodgers became the 8th person to throw a perfect game in Major League Baseball. While this is impressive and the accomplishment should not go unnoticed, he is mainly remembered as the Jewish player who did not pitch in the first game of the World Series. Even though I'm not really a baseball fan, I admire Sandy Koufax because of his choice. This is because Sandy Koufax is Jewish, and believing in Yom Kippur was the day of the game. On that day, his absence led to the loss of the game, and in the years that followed, however, it has impacted many Jews around the globe, including me. Being inspired is not confined to the modern era, however. It has been around forever, and with many examples in the Torah. In the book of Genesis, Abraham looks up to God many times and follows his word. Many times this was pleasant to hear, him being informed of the birth of Isaac. However, he was also stunned when he was told he would have to sacrifice his own son, even though God did not make him go through with it. In this week's portion, Chaye Sarah, God brings Isaac and Rebekah together, further inspiring Abraham and his son. God has promised Abraham that his descendants will be numerous as the sands and the seas. And with Isaac's marriage, that promise is closer to fulfillment. Abraham must be happy to see that the covenant will be passed on to another generation. Inspiration is needed by everyone, as we all need a person or figure to look up to. Our heroes guide us in in times of doubt and show clarity when we are unsure. For me, Sandy Koufax represents the balance between religion, my personal life, and everything else. As an athlete, student, and a person with a job, it is hard for me to find time to do all that I want to do, and sometimes choosing priorities is difficult. However, I make sure I can attend as many services at Temple Emeth and teen events as possible, even if this means I have to skip a day of work or a game. Sometimes I have to sort things out with my boss, but I know that Sandy Koufax and I have this in common, and because of that, I feel especially grateful to call him an inspiration. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Thanks, Isaac. That was great. Our next thing, I don't know, it's a terrible word, is the Aleinu. So please turn to page 586. Please rise if you are able for the Aleinu. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol elatet gedula liyotzer brishit shelo asani kigoyei haratzot velo asamanu kimishpachot ha'adama shelo asam chelkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam va'anachnu korim ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא You may be seated. Please turn to page 595 for a reading before the mourner's cottage. There are stars up above, so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This Shabbat, we think of those who are observing Shloshim, the 30 days after their passing. Sandy Klein, Larry Jacobson, Muriel Breitkoff, Leo Bloomberg, Hilda Steiner, Minna Perlow, Gail Packles Dallas. And now we hear the names of those who are observing Yahrzeit. Thomas Allen Blumenfeld, Pauline Cantor, Herbert Danziger, Stanley Eigenfeld, William Fox, Saul Frank, Walter Frimmett, Jerome Glass, Stanley Goldberg, Helen Gordon, Carolyn Greenlee, John Gugino, Marion Hallam, Irving Kleinberg, Pauline Kletter Edelman, Rose Maslin Knieter, Arthur Labovitz, May Letterman, Harvey Levine, Julius Levine, Ilse Strauss-Meyer, Harry Myers, Jack Monheit, Louis Maros, Marvin Rosenbaum, Sidney Rosenberg, David Rosenthal, Lonnie Rubenstein, David Rubin, Jacob Schaffer, Jonathan Schulman, Florence Whitkin, Marjorie Zach, and Davida Zullo. We think of those and those who are in your hearts. Please rise if you are able for Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha barichu, le'ela minkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. You may be seated. There's a very bad word that we don't say at camp, and so I will not say it now. I will just say that I invite Jackie Gutman up to the podium to read some very important things.
I don't know, they have some kind of mishigas about the things I'm going to say now that you're not supposed to say. Is there a way to move this closer to me?
Just like interruption.
That should do it. Thank you. Shabbat shalom, everyone. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, it's my privilege and pleasure to welcome you here to Shabbat Evening Services. And now for those things. The 17th annual Teaneck International Film Festival winds down this weekend with screenings through this Sunday, November 20th. Shows will be held at Teaneck Cinema, right here at Temple Emeth, and virtually. And for more information, please visit teaneckfilmfestival.org. Our hospitality continues on Monday, November 21st, when Temple Emeth will host an interfaith Thanksgiving service of reflection, music, joy, and of course, refreshments. Festivities begin at 7:30 p.m. and include an interfaith youth choir performance, a pre-Thanksgiving collection of non-perishable food, and a cash-only fundraiser for our own Teaneck Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Meanwhile, as we all look forward to Thanksgiving next week, I can't believe it, I want to remind everyone that the Temple Emeth office will close at 3 o'clock on Wednesday, November 23rd, and remain closed, of course, all day on Thursday, the 24th, as well as Friday, November 25th, opening the following Monday. Temple Emeth Bazaar returns on Sunday, December 4th. Stop by between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. to shop for bargains ahead of the winter holidays. Clothing, shoes, household goods, books, attic and garage treasures, they're all going to be there. And finally, save the date for NCJW, National Council of Jewish Women Reproductive Rights Shabbat, which Temple Emeth will be observing on Friday night, December 9th at 8 p.m. I want to say thank you on behalf of all of us and Yasher Koach to Amanda Eastman, Adam Cohane, and Talia Serbu for leading this evening's camp-style service. You did a fine job. And when my kids were growing up here, there were no opportunities, or very few opportunities, to do something like this. So it warms my heart to see it. And I want to thank Isaac Pierce for his drash. Thank you very much. Great job. And you have a wonderful speaking voice. Thank you also To this evening's volunteers in the live stream control room, Michael and Gail Goldberg are at the controls this evening. Shabbat Shalom.
I've been reminded by my esteemed colleagues that the word we use at camp is hodaot instead of the English word. So there was no pieing in the face tonight, and there was no throwing in the lake, thank goodness. We'd have to build a lake. So as promised, we're having a mini song session at the end of our service. We'll be doing 3 closing songs and then wrapping up the live stream, and then we'll have a fun oneg. 2 of our songs can be found on page 647. We'll be doing some flipping back and forth. This first one that we will be doing, Or Zarua, is a camp favorite. Lots of head bobbing going on, lots of jumping up and down. We will be doing neither of those things now, but just imagine how crazy it can get. Here's where our page flipping comes in. So I'm going to ask you to turn to page 160 for our second song session song. While I take a quick drink of water. There's also some English, so following us along as best you can, but the Hebrew is right here for you, so please join us in Hashkivenu. or turn back to page 647. This is something that we do every morning at Eisner Camp, also at Harlem. Maybe? No? Well, we do every morning at Eisner Camp. We sing Modeh Ani, which means I offer thanks to you, God, that you have restored my soul to me. And so thanks for waking me up every day. And that's how we start our mornings every day. So we're gonna do a little teaching, a little just singing. So follow along the best you can. Service without me losing my voice, okay? So Talia is going to do the last part of our service.
We have reached the end of our service. So if you've been watching us online, it's your last chance to post in the chat or comment section of the live stream platform. Perhaps you'd like to say Yasher Koach to Talia or Adam for leading the service.
With me, I was supposed to say this part. It's okay. Yasher Koach to Talia or Adam for leading this service with me. Or to Isaac for his Devar Torah.
Or you can simply type in the words we in our sanctuary will exchange right now. As we conclude our worship, we turn to one another and say, Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.